It is time we talk about the Lancelot complete build and if it's worth pulling for her or not. You already know the answer to that, okay? We're getting a new character, a new patch, everything new. I would not go too hard. Just get the base copy and the card, nothing else, and we'll talk about why in a second. We're getting too many things, so let's just not go too crazy using all the resources unless you are a spender or you are lucky. Any of the two. That said, let's talk about the complete build for Lancelot, how to build her, gear, specialties, pets, cards, and everything else in between. As usual, hello on the internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, the complete Lancelot build, a really good waifu that has a free skin, this one right here, so already worth getting a copy at least. That said, let's jump a little bit into how her kit works, why she is a T0 character, how you should be building her, and everything else in here. So leave a like, subscribe, and let's start with the skills themselves. With her first passive, which is Weapon Master, this increases the potency of the main stats by 160%. At first, when this was announced, we thought this was gonna be for everything. So let's say I have this Arondite and I have, double attack, double crit damage. We thought, oh, that's gonna be increased by 160%. But no, it's only the main stats, aka the ones on the top, at the top. So this melee attack, that's the only thing that's increasing. In here, the defense, here it will be the HP and the attack. So it's not the bad skill, but not as strong as we thought it was gonna be. And this skill will only get better as we get more items, because this goes up to item level 999. So the more items we get, the stronger this will get, and the more flat stats she is gonna be getting. It's highly unlikely she drops to a T1 anytime soon, right? That's because the raw amount of stats she's getting. That said, her second passive, a pretty simple one, okay? Her basic attacks and her active skills reduce the cooldown of her ultimate. This is a character that will spam her ultimate pretty consistently thanks to this skill, okay? She also will increase her own crit rate every time she is hitting, stacking up to 20 times, which is fantastic. So this is a character that, just like most newer DPSs, increases her own crit chance and is healing herself as well, as you'll see on a second on her skills, and reducing her cooldown. Then you have the active skill, which recovers HP, this is the life steal portion, and will also be buffing her ultimate skill final damage. So this skill deals 40% of damage of HP, also recovers current HP by 30% of her HP, and increases the skill damage for her ultimate by 35%. By the way, this is the first and only character in the game, damage dealer, that scales with HP. Lancelot can be used both as a tank and as a DPS because she scales with HP, so it's really easy to build her, and she can get as strong as Tiamat depending on the conditions and how much investment you put into her. Overall, Tiamat is just like plug and play and she works, while Lancelot requires a little bit more investment and requires also a little bit more of dupes, and if you can put maybe a pet with HP, maybe another buffer for HP, like let's say Joan of Arc, something like that, right? Like she requires more work around in order to become like that T0 character than other characters. That said though, it's still a fantastic unit. And then lastly, she has her ultimate, which not only is going to be doing damage equal to 198 of HP, but will also remove the cutscene, so you can spam her ultimate and not have to worry about the cutscene constantly. And then just once per battle is also going to be changing the cooldown of Blazing Sword to 1 second, so you can take advantage, of course, of the 35% increased damage. So her kit is fantastic, a really good DPS that scales with HP. So we can talk about equipment. Priority for her changes a little bit, because now, of course, your weapon, you still want to be going with the usual half crit, half attack if you can, right? Pretty simple. Right now, Arondite is one of the best weapons overall we have in the game. That's the one I'm using in most of my characters. But when it comes to the ring and when it comes to the rune, it changes in contrast to other characters, because the ring, you want to be going full HP. And of course, I like showing my good ring right here, right? Great ring, the only good piece of equipment I've gotten in 8 months. Double HP gold, double HP blue, plus the extra HP. And this is also giving her a 5% melee attack. You can take a Lancelot and get more than 1 million HP easily nowadays. Close to 2 probably, 1.5 to 2 million, depending how much investment and how much of a whale you are, right? So the more HP you get, the more damage she deals and the more she survives. This is a character that is kind of stupid, and again, as time goes on, most likely will only get stronger because we can get access to bigger HP pools, which will increase her damage and survivability. When it comes to the rune, in my opinion, you want to go 50-50. If you can get, let's say, triple crit, 1 HP, that would be fantastic. Double HP, double crit is pretty good. I am running personally a triple HP, 1 critical damage. You can change this again to like a double critical, double HP, maybe a triple critical, 1 HP. It depends what you get. To me, this is a pretty good one for her. And when it comes to her armor, it doesn't matter as much, but since she is a frontline, either a goddess armor or a gold armor. Okay, this one has double block, 1 defense, 1 crit. You could be running instead one of these gold armors for the extra healing. Just get something that's good, has great percentages, and will help her survive longer. That's for her equipment, pretty simple. Let's talk a little bit about specialties before we go into the cards and the pets. Her specialties, of course, HP, nothing else, okay? You don't care about anything else. If you can reroll for 3 good HPs, do it. I have not gotten lucky. I have double HP, 1 attack, but I am not really into optimizing and min-maxing my specialties. Like if you go to most of my characters, they are not that well optimized because I don't really care that much. Like whatever I get, right? Like if they are good rolls, perfect. If they're not good rolls, it's also fine. I'm not huge into min-maxing those. So that's for her specialties. I would go HP over attack and crit. Personally, if you get 2 HPs, 1 attack, 1 crit, it still works fantastic. When it comes to her training, this is a character that you don't have to worry too much because it's defense what she's giving you. So all in all, low priority, but she's a great DPS. So you do benefit from going further into her tree. To me, I'm just waiting because this is a character I'm not really in love with. But I don't care too much. I just got a couple of the big notes. That's it. All that jumping aside, let's move into the cards and the pets that you can use for Lancelot. When it comes to the card, in my opinion, there's only 2 options. The first one would be her own card because it gives her HP and ignore damage reduction with this skill right here, which when you get 10 HP or more, you are getting a crit damage buff of 60%. So this activates at the start of the battle and you get a free 60% increased critical damage. This can be used by other DPSs too, but then again, the HP does not really benefit them, right? So this is a fantastic card for her, probably the best card for her. The other card I'm gonna recommend for Lancelot is actually the purple card, okay? So I think it's like the only other worth it one is this one right here. So the Holy Sword Blessing, HP increased by 40%, and you also get a second life. Basically, you get a second chance. This is fantastic for stages where you are getting a lot of damage and you want your Lancelot to survive longer, and it comes in clutch so often. I've used this card so much in campaign on my Lancelot, and she has killed boss on her own while everyone else was dead. So a really good card. In my opinion, those are the 2 best cards for her. That's it about the cards and the equipment. We can also move a little bit into the pets. When it comes to the pets, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think you need to be pulling for this pet unless you're willing to go +5. And this is a low priority pet in my opinion. This is a pet that has more of a defensive stats because it's the HP for her, additional damage and crit damage, but are lower percentages, and the ignore damage reduction. It's a 50-50, right? Just like Lancelot herself. But her skill itself is just a 20-second cooldown doing damage based on HP. So this is a good pet if you fully invest into your Lancelot, but it's only if you fully invest into your Lancelot. So I don't think it's that worth it. When we talk about team building with her, I'm gonna be honest, there is like few things right now that are required. I know everyone says you have to build a team around her, but it's kind of exaggerated, okay? She doesn't need a team around her. While we are running, the only thing that's like not even mandatory is the best buffer for Knights, the Arc. Just with that, she is already working. Of course, if you want more damage, you can put things like Joanne of Arc to increase the HP, or any character that increases HP and will still increase her damage. But you don't really need to build a full team around her for HP. It's kind of a waste because there is not enough characters for that, and you are losing other good DPSs for your second team, right? So you don't really need a full team. Just make sure Diane is there. I will say even Joan of Arc is not that high of a priority to fully invest into. So just Diane is more than enough. She is the best buffer for melee characters, and this is the team most people use on campaign anyway, okay? We're not even using like a full team oriented around her. All that jumping aside though, that is gonna be everything for the complete build on Lancelot. Once again, I don't think it's worth going all in on her banner nor her pet at the moment. I would wait for next week even and see how good Loren is, and then based on that be like, okay, I want to pull more for Lancelot, or I want to go for more dupes of the new waifu, right, based on how good they are. That said though, that's gonna be for this video. Enough jumping as usual. Beautiful people, we are live every single day. Links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.